jelasin.
Dengar, Bu.
Jelas ya? Oke, nih coba tolong dengerin.
Part of its online learning series in logistics and supply chain. All characters are fictitious. Amari is played by Lisa Thurman and Martin is played by Paddy C. Courtney. The drama was directed and edited by Fiona Ash, who wrote it from technical content provided by Soren Christensen. The producer is Jonas Stumpf and the executive producer is Sean Rafter. This drama takes place in a global freight transportation office.
If one more NGO guy phones me without doing his homework, I'll... Globe Logistics, how can I help you?
Hello, this is Martin here from Pandemic Relief International. I have an urgent shipment of pharmaceuticals for Nigeria. How much will it cost to send that, please?
Well, Martin, you're in luck because I know a thing or two about transporting stuff. What kind of pharmaceuticals do you want to send?
It's penicillin and it's urgent.
It always is. Do you want to send it by air freight or sea freight?
That depends on the price. I believe air freight is very costly. Is the difference ginormous?
It can be, depending on the weight and volume.
Sea freight then?
Normally, we'd recommend that penicillin, because it's temperature controlled, would be shipped by air freight.
Oh,
And to send a reefer container containing just a small quantity to Nigeria will definitely not be cost effective.
anything else? The water's too choppy in the Indian Ocean?
It also takes ages and ages to send things by sea, weeks as opposed to days by air.
All right, I'll send it by air.
Well, the good news is that we can...
No, there's good news. Lucky me.
The good news is that in Nigeria, the process of shipping by air is much smoother than by sea.
So, how much will it cost to send the penicillin?
That depends on the category of penicillin you're transporting. Does it need to be kept below 0, or what we call 2 to 8, or 15 to 25?
Oh, it's definitely temperature sensitive.
There's a big difference in the service you need to book on air freight. There are various categories. If it's frozen, it requires what we call active cooling. That means you either need gel packs or dry ice. And then there's the time going into Nigeria. That's an important consideration. 2 to 8, we can accommodate with gel packs. 15 to 25 can be booked as more or less ambient cargo. So it's quite important, not just for the shelf life of your product, but also for the overall pricing.
Oh, I didn't realize I needed a degree in physics to work in logistics.
Just as well you have me then. I assume the air freight is going to Abuja.
Yes, that's right.
They have very limited cold chain capacity in that airport, and it will take you 1 or 2 days to clear customs.
Another day, another problem. All right, I'll check out all of these things and phone you back.
Wait, that's not all.
There's more.
I'm only getting started. What's the origin of the penicillin?
You mean the supplier we get it from?
Yes,
The supplier is located in India.
out of India. Okay. Any airport in particular? India is a rather big country.
Where are most of the suppliers of penicillin located?
Many vaccine suppliers or pharmaceutical suppliers are in Hyderabad. There's an airport there. Or if you prefer Pune, we would then transport your cargo to Mumbai. So if you can identify the location of your supplier, we can determine the best airport of departure.
Okay, I will find out. Any other pearls of wisdom for me today?
Yes, Incoterms.
Incoterms.
Well, since we're talking about origin, what Incoterms have you agreed with the supplier?
That's not a word. You're making stuff up.
Okay. Would you feel better if we forget about Incoterms altogether?
That would be great. Can we do that?
No. As the principal client, you might end up paying more costs than you intended, and you may be liable for things that go wrong in the supply chain. Neither of us wants that.
So, Incoterms are a real thing, like a set of rules.
Guidelines rather than rules. They are used globally to enable people to speak the same language with respect to international commercial law. So these abbreviations are all ratified by the different chambers of commerce, and I know for a fact they are widely used by all Indian pharmaceutical suppliers.
So, based on your experience, what would you recommend? What do other NGOs usually go with?
It depends on whether the supplier is in the vicinity of an export airport and has the ability to draw up the export documentation. Normally, Indian suppliers prefer what they call a free carrier airport or an FCA named airport of departure.
Nah, udah segitu dulu aja ya. Teknis, ini rekamannya ada sekitar 13 menit lah. Lumayan lama kan ya. Enggak 13 menit, sekitar 20 menitan. Jadi dia ngerang. Nah, ada yang bisa kasih saya, bantu saya? Ini yang ngomong ini siapa sama siapa ini? Ya, Fernanda. Ada yang bisa bantu saya kasih info siapa sama siapa ini yang ngomong? Ini kan ada 2 orang yang berdialog ya. Ada suara cowok sama suara cewek. Ada yang bisa kasih info siapa dia? Oh, siapa dia?
Yang cewek dari perusahaan freight forwarding ya, Bu?
Iya, yang Bagas langsung ambil yang gampang ya, Gas ya.
Iya.
Good, lo pinter. Bener, lo jadi orang terus kayak gitu. Ntar tempat kerja kayak gitu juga ya. Good, pinter. Ada lagi? Terus lawan bicaranya siapa? Ada yang tahu?
Yang nitipin barangnya ya, Bu?
Yang mau ngirim barang.
Soalnya
Siapa
tadi
itu?
disebutin nawarin mau via udara atau via laut gitu.
Nah, ya jadi dia itu si per ya. Ya kan? Jadi yang cowok itu adalah si pernya. Kalau dia bilang dia tadi itu dia dari perusahaan NGO. Dari perusahaan NGO, dia mau ngirim penisilin. Ya kan? Nah, tadi berkaitan sama poin yang tadi, yang peran yang pertama freight forwarding yang tadi saya sampaikan. Peran pertamanya tadi ada yang masih ingat nggak apa? Di slide ngomongnya.